My name's Alex McDonald, and I have taught now at Friends Central. This is my 30th year. I have taught in the middle school, I've taught in the lower school, and I've taught in the upper school. I wear a couple hats at Friends Central. I'm also the 11th grade dean, and I'm the technology integration specialist. Now, a little bit more about the class. Ninth grade history, it examines thematically the religions and revolutions and the political ideologies that people around the world use to describe the world. I'm thinking about the kids, your children, my students. Certainly millions of teenagers every morning around the world get ready for school. They wolf down their breakfast, they choose their outfits, text friends, they pick up their history text perhaps. They run the kids through school, bus, and I wonder if they, for a moment, consider how this all happened. How many teens questions how today's science ties in with history and philosophy? Do any talk with their friends about how we got here? And so my goal, I think our goal in the Friends Central History Department is have students start thinking or think more about these big questions. Why are we the way we are? I want to, and the History Department at Friends Central and Friends Central in every subject wants to develop critical thinking skills and work on writing both formal and informal. Research and breaking open texts, particularly primary text, is the primary skill we'll be developing this year. It's a big thing we hang our hat on here at Friends Central in the History Department. Our entire textbook is based really on primary sources, and we intentionally teach students how to question and marshal solid evidence in making an argument. And we don't ask kids to look at a secondary source and have someone else interpret it. We want the kids to examine the historical record and figure things out for themselves. And my job as a teacher is to help frame the document so students can make a better sense, to provide a framework, a structure upon which they can hang understanding. So students do have a primary source packet. We'll give them 2 this year. I will have the students blog quite a bit for them to think about their thinking. And then, just a taste of the first few weeks of school, we will start by examining the Chinese philosophies, which is an easier way to get into religions because they collect some of the characteristics of a religion we see in the West. And in other ways, perhaps they don't. Then we'll look at Hinduism and Buddhism and Judaism and early Christianity and then Islam. And then at that point, I stop and ask the students to consider religion as a lived experience. Certainly, my job is not to proselytize or to give my religion or the religion of Quakerism to students. At the same time, when we only look at religions as the doctrines and practices therein, we kind of miss the point that religion for most people in the world is a lived experience. So we'll stop and I'll have the students consider what they think about all of this. In the spring, we moved to looking at the religions, and the Protestant Reformation is one. It kind of is a nice bridge because it's certainly about religion, but it's also about a revolution and thought. We look at the Enlightenment, we look at the French and Haitian revolutions, and we look at a little bit at the American Revolution. So that's the course. A little bit more about me. I'm a Friends Central graduate. I went to Swarthmore College. I have a master's degree in education from St. Joe's. I have 5 graduates of Friends Central. My youngest is now a freshman at Haverford College. I'm glad he's local. If you ever need to reach me for anything, I'm missing curriculum night. It's a chance to see your faces. I will send an email in a day or 2 to all of you, again, introducing myself and welcoming all of you and any of you to make an appointment to talk further if you want. I really look forward to teaching your kids. I've enjoyed my first 2 days with them.